Right then, let's show you what our weekend home looks like. I think it's time you had the tour. Right, let's have a look at mission control. So this is the view from inside the cockpit. Now obviously I normally have this lid down when I'm driving, but we're all moored up now, so I've put the lid back up. And here's the cockpit area then. You can see we've got a radio there, GPS speedometer, some warning lights, engine stop, horn, battery meter, USB sockets for charging phones or torches or whatever. And we've got a little hours counter that doubles as a rev gauge. Obviously your steering wheel, throttle controls there, that goes forward, neutral, reverse, standard stuff for a boat. I completely redid all these electronics when we first bought the boat. Added some modern LED lighting and a clock there. And down in the bottom, amongst all Lindsay's baggage, we have the diesel heater hiding in this converted toolbox. That keeps us warm in the winter. And under the back seat is where all the action is. If I lift this up, there we go. So that there is a very elderly Honda 7.5 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. It's very simple, so there's less to go wrong, just a simple pull start, but it's had a lot of servicing since I've had it and it runs like clockwork now. To the right we've got storage for spare diesel for the heater and engine tools and bits and bobs, fuel tank down there of course. And on the left hand side, underneath bits of canopy that I've got stashed here, we've got the gas bottle, diesel for the heater, and of course our water supply. It's only a 10-litre tank, so you have to constantly keep that topped up. We've got a few spare bottles for extra water that we always need on a weekend trip. And under the seat, that's where the battery lives, with the master switch to turn everything off when we're not here. And speakers for the stereo, and some extra phone charging ports, and a main socket for hooking up when we're moored up at the boatyard and want mains power. Right, let's have a nosy inside. Oh, sorry Joe.
Is Daddy beating you up?
I do apologise, hound dog. Oh. Right, one of the most important modifications I had to make was to this door. As you can see, I sawed it in half and added some extra hinges just so that we can have the top half open to get some ventilation through without letting the beast out. Yes, you.
Jump up and see it though, can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. You can see what's going on and we get a bit of through draft, which you need on a summer day. So we've got a bit of shelf storage on the left and a little bit of worktop there. Not a lot, but it's only a small boat. And if I close this door off, you can see some more shelves that I've built. And some of the electrics there. We've got the solar charge controller, fuse box for the mains power and some sockets. I said about the mess of wiring and tools and bits and bobs under here. There's our cool box, and behind that, you can't see it, but I have a spare engine in case we ever get stuck out in the middle of nowhere and the engine packs up.
Well,
So,
there is room for 2 little people down there as well, isn't there?
yeah, in theory you're supposed to be able to sleep 2 people, one down each side of this, but 2 small people that aren't too claustrophobic, I suppose it could be done. So of course we've got our sink. This used to have a sort of hand action, pump action thing, but I added a proper water pump because we're lazy. Hopefully a bit of cupboard space underneath for food and bits and bobs. We have a cooker, which is, I know, it's in dire need of a clean after a weekend's use, but 2 rings, a grill and an oven and some sausages. Don't forget to take those home. Yeah. A little bit more cupboarding under there. And opposite the sink, of course, we have our galley toilet, such as it is. There you go, just standard little camping porta potty thing. And a mirror and a shelf. That's about it for that room. But,
Give me the camera, it's got to be done.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Right then, go on then, just for a laugh. Let's see if I can fit in the thing. It can be done, but it's a bit of a squeeze.
That's John going to the toilet.
See, I can do it, just. It's a bit of a squeeze though. I'm 6'10". This boat was not made for people like me.
I know, to God. It's no wonder he goes home aching.
A little more cupboard space there. Bit of tabletop there, and up here some more bits that I've added. Some more LED lighting. That's for the heater That's the charge controller for the solar panel on the roof. And we've got a thermometer, humidity meter and a clock there. Dehumidifier, absolutely vital on a boat because they just get damp, there's no getting away from it. And then we move to the front end. You can see we've got a fan plugged up here. We've really needed that this weekend, it's been hot. But down here we have our entertainment centre, which consists of a TV, a stereo, and of course phone charging and whatnot. We've got a Chromecast hooked up to this so we can watch Netflix and YouTube on the boat. This table folds down. I built this a couple of years ago. That folds down and fits that gap. There's another panel of wood that drops in here, and then this whole area, well, you'd have seen earlier we had it made up as a bed. And for such a small boat, it's actually quite an impressive sized bed. And when the bed's not made, this area is a Joe storage area. So there you go. It's a small 19-foot boat, but you can fit a Linz, a 6'10" bloke, and a great horse of a greyhound on board. It's not bad, is it?
It's great.
We like it.